Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman, and today I'm going to be doing your weekly forecast for everyone, what to expect for this week. Again, I'm changing things up, doing them a little bit differently. I hope that some of you out there don't mind. Like I said, I don't want to do the same things over and over. Trying some new things out. This is going to be for the week of the 17th through the 23rd. Of February 2020. So if you're tuning in, I will be reading using my tarot cards, of course, what is to expect for this week. So I hope everybody's been doing good. I hope that you have enjoyed Valentine's Day. It was all about self-love for me, and I really enjoyed it. And not only that, but I spent the day treating myself to some chocolate dessert. Everybody loves chocolate, right? And I went shopping for some things, and I just had an overall good experience. So if you are single like I am, and you know, had to look at the posts of, people who are in relationships, don't feel bad. You're not alone. And then yesterday I launched my new oil, which I'll be doing a video on it as well. It's called the Dulce Amor oil, and we're almost sold out already. Can you believe that? I cannot believe that, my rays of light. I am so eager. This oil is used to attract love into your life, to manifest self-love, your soulmate connection, to balance your chakras. And it's just overall a great scent. It is all vegan. It is all natural ingredients. And how you apply it, if you want to use it on your skin, you can. You would just dab your finger on the little bottles. It comes in a 1/2 ounce bottle. You dab it, and then you can put it on yourself. I wouldn't overdo it because it is kind of fragrant, very fragrant. And potent. And then you can also rub it on candles. If you are doing a taper candle, you can use it on that as well. So I've had people come to me asking me how do you use it? That's basically how you use it. So that's going on. Mercury Retrograde starts on Monday, which is tomorrow. So it will run till March. And so it's going to be a very intense week for everybody, an intense month. It's almost like a month how the retrograde is running. So we already are in the shadow. A lot of us have been feeling it very strongly. So let's get into the reading. These are the cards. I'm trying to remember. Beautiful Little Creatures. Tarot. I didn't know that Beautiful Little Creatures have tarot cards. I really like these tarot cards though, and I recommend them. Look at the purple. They have a purple on the side. One of the reasons that I like these, I bought them in Corpus Christi, Texas, because I did go to Corpus for my Valentine's Day. That is the hometown of, the town where Selena Quintanilla Perez was at, living up until her passing. But it's a beautiful city. I love the environment, and I went to one of the local shops there, and I picked up these cards, and I didn't know about them until I actually started using them. Every card has the 8 of Pentacles. They have little illustrations, right? They're very cute. But they're little characters, little characters with the big eyes. But what I liked about the cards, for those of you that may be beginners to tarot, not using Oracle, we're talking about tarot, and you're looking at the minor arcana, and even the major arcana. Some people are not familiar with it if you're beginning. This Beautiful Little Creatures tarot deck is so wonderful because underneath the actual description of the card, it tells you more or less a one word of what it means, the overall basis. Which again, it's going to be hard to just rely on that, because cards can have different meanings if you interpret them like I do, intuitively, using your own gifts, not just solely relying on the cards. It can be different, but yeah, I haven't done one of these sessions where we just sit down and talk. I haven't been doing lives. I've been very busy, and that's no excuse. And Patreon, if you remember, on Patreon there's new content coming, don't worry. But I hope that all of my rays of light out there, you're doing very well. So much exciting things that I'm working on that I can't talk about. But these oils, my first one is the Dulce Amor, like I said, and that's going to be the first of my spiritual oils line. So I don't have any other kind of oils right now, but I'm going to be working here soon on producing more oils, like an oil for protection, an oil for money drawing. So stay tuned, because that's coming. That is coming. Yes ma'am, yes sir. Very, very excited about that. Let me see what else has been going on. This year's been very busy. I recently had a Valentine's Day sale with all my readings. So I want to thank everyone for who, you know, bought a reading, purchased a reading, and your patience. Again, my readings are 5 to 8 weeks out, so I want to thank you for that. And recently I found out that my Hotmail account was not working. So I was not hacked, and none of that happened, but my Hotmail was not working with the Microsoft server. Basically, emails were coming through once in a while from certain people only, but a lot of you that purchased readings, and I had sent you an email asking for a photograph or you know, your questions for your psychic reading, I was not receiving those emails, and I knew something was wrong already, so I escalated it up to Microsoft, and it's been weeks that I've been working to try to fix it. And this Hotmail is kind of antiquated. It's the first email system that I used when I was back in high school in the 1990s, like late 1990s, like 97, 98. I actually decided to set up an email account, and that's how I got my first and last name at Hotmail. That is no longer my email, guys, and I'm going to be updating the description box below, because all my past old videos is going to have that email. My website has been updated, and so is my Instagram, and I'm going to be making more public announcements about it on my Facebook as well. But my new email address is celebritypsychicmediumray@gmail.com. Okay, that's celebritypsychicmediumray@gmail.com. I was going to try to do Raymond Guzman at gmail.com, but that was taken, obviously. Yeah, I love the Gmail experience. We'll see how that goes. You know, emails are never, like, always guaranteed. There's always going to be a glitch in the system, but for the most part, like, a lot of people, a lot of you, a lot of my rays of light have actually been so supportive and have said, oh my god, I'm so glad that you changed over to Gmail. So I'm very glad myself, and this is a new chapter for me. So you know, this video is not just all about your, you know, your horoscopes or your, like, the weekly forecast, the way I'm doing it this week for all the signs lumped in together, but just like me catching up with you, since I haven't done a live in quite a while, which I will be going back to those eventually. I also have a show coming up, which I can't give too many details, but stay tuned. A show that I'll be doing here on YouTube. It will be pre-recorded, of course. The one thing that I am going to be announcing, this is going to be with somebody else. We're going to be kind of like coming on once a month and doing like a live, not a live, but a pre-recorded session where we talk about, you know, certain things. It will probably be on IG, I'm not sure yet, and then it'll be coming over here to YouTube. There's another show that I'm going to be working on. I'm just going to give you details on this. This is a show that, if you, those of you that have been loyal followers of my YouTube channel, and you've been, you know, with me since the beginning, you know that I had a series called Tea with Spirit, and basically it was like the psychic version of Dear Abby, where I had a lot of people write into the show, and you know, and they would ask one question and any part of their life, and it was anonymous, and basically if they were selected, I would come on. It was kind of like a virtual podcast slash YouTube series, and I ran it for about 2 seasons. It was really great. And I would, you know, then do, if they were selected, I would, you know, give like a mini reading on that. Well, I'm bringing that back. It's not going to be called Tea with Spirit, and then it may. I'm still debating, but I'm getting you ready, because there is going to be a new show, and I'll be having details on where to email, etc., you know, all that jazz. But there's going to be a new a new show that I'm working on, and basically what it's going to do is that it's going to be you writing in anonymous, but it's solely going to be based on love. I'm going to be known as the Love Psychic, and basically giving you insight into your relationship. So if you are, you know, in a relationship right now, or you are looking for a relationship and you don't know exactly like why you're single, get ready, ladies and gentlemen out there. I don't care if you are straight, gay, lesbian, bi. This is going to be for everyone. I want everyone to feel comfortable, and on this show that I'm going to be producing, I call it producing. It's not like it's going to a network, but who knows? You never know. But it is, I'm going to be coming up with a name for the show. I may follow in the footsteps of Tea with Spirit. I'm not sure. But it basically, it's going to be solely based on love. I know that there's a lot of people that may feel isolated because I'm not doing it, you know, opening that show up for all other areas of life. But, you know, primarily my my large audience of clients, it has to do, a lot of their questions have to do with love. And so this is going to be a chance for those of you that never have bought a psychic reading from me, or have never had the experience to get a psychic reading with me, for you to kind of have a way to get a free reading, a mini reading, so to speak, if your answer and question is selected. And it will be like, you know, very random how they are selected. I'll be the one selecting the questions. Again, they need to be very appropriate, and I will be asking like for a photograph of you and the person in question, or if it's just about you, you know, you just have your photograph. But again, you will have to provide an alias, even though I have your photograph, you know, and of course your real name if it's in your email address. It's going to be all anonymous, so I don't want anyone, you know, being kind of feeling like, oh my God, you're airing out my dirty laundry out there. Because again, these are real people, and they're not celebrities, you know, that are writing in. These are you guys, my rays of light, everyday people who, you know, have certain things, you know, that, and some of you are very shy. But again, it is going to be a show that I'm creating, and it's going to be a weekly show. So in addition to my celebrity psychic readings, which I will continue, and historical readings, and things of that nature, this is just a new era. 2020 is all about change, and I'm very, very excited to be kind of like the love psychic, and giving you the tea, honey, the tea from spirit. So yeah, I cannot wait to do this, because I know a lot of you have that and been wanting to know, like for the longest, you know, when is Tea with Spirit coming back, and why hasn't it come back? Primarily, I decided not to bring it back because I was like doing everything myself and working like insane amount of hours. Like if you think about 80 hours a week, that was me. And so I was not having time to live life, you know, and you cannot just live in the spiritual, which is something recently that I have gotten some psychic readings in person from some people, you know, when I travel. And that's something that has come up very, very much as a topic for me. So I'm the type of person that I've always produced content like daily or every other day, and so like in a week I would drop 4 or 5 videos. But and then doing my private readings, and doing all of my Instagram stories and posting everywhere. You know, time flies by, not to mention cooking, laundry, things like that, you know. That really just eats up a lot of your time, and you're left like feeling at the end of the day worn out. So yeah, you're gonna still see content from me, but it probably will not be at the same, like you know, in the past. I'm still gonna be doing videos and producing, try to do daily. But if you ever feel like, you know, it's like, why isn't he doing so many celebrity psychic readings? I'm still gonna do them, but I'm incorporating new content. It's all about the, you know, change and ushering in a new cycle, which I think is very refreshing, because you know, not many people out there have their own YouTube audience and can say that, you know, that it's a great environment where they feel safe enough to discuss these things. And I feel like we're all adults here on my channel, and we're all mature, and so it will be very, very fun to do mini readings on love life situations. So all right, So I know that we're like 15 minutes into this video because I'm looking at my camera timer. So I'm going to get into this week's forecast. Let me shuffle these cards, honey. Let's see what's in store for all of us this week. Here in Texas, South Texas, it's actually been warm. You know, the groundhog didn't find his shadows, my understanding, so it's supposed to be cold weather still until like March, but it's been hot here. Like so much so that I have the AC going. Alright, let's do these cards. So I'm going to hold up these cards to the camera as I'm reading this week, so that way you all can kind of see what I'm talking about, why I love these cards so much. A lot of you are wondering, like, why don't I use my deck when I'm doing these readings? I do from some time, at times, but I like also showcasing other oracle cards. So I do have my own oracle cards. So those of you that are new subscribers, you can buy them on my website. I have jewelry that I sell as well. You can find that on my website under the shop section, and pretty much everything that you can imagine, I offer it. Alright, so this week for you guys, for all of the zodiac signs, and it may not apply to every single zodiac, of course, those of you that are tuning in, as this is more of like a general type of intuitive reading for the whole week. The first thing is the Six of Swords, which is detachment. I don't know if you can see that if I hold it up. Okay, now with detachment, that says like the energy that a lot of us are feeling with the Mercury retrograde, that we need to maybe separate or detach from some situation or something that is maybe lower in our vibration, causing stress, causing worries, something that is like pulling you away from your true happiness and your purpose here in the physical world. So this week it's all about that, and recognizing the signs, because when you look at her palm, it's the Six of Swords. You can tell that there's some writings, you know, it's like her palm, basically her lifeline, and all the other, I'm not into palm reading, but when you look at, there's a love line, a career line, and so forth. Then we got the Page of Swords, inspection. The Page of Swords. This is a lot of mental or air energy. So this week with, you know, the Page of Swords, inspection, I feel like it's saying that a lot of us are going to be doing some deep soul searching, really inspecting. When you think of an inspection, it's like serious, right? And you think maybe you're looking to see if you find something. I feel like that's what some of you out there are going to be doing this week, looking to see what you can find, what is coming up, you know, what is really happening. And I feel like that's for a lot of us. It's almost like being kind of unsettled for some reason or another. The next is the Four of Cups, which is Inu. When I think of cups, it is the butterfly. It is a time of kind of like, you know, kind of like self-reflecting again. I feel like it's, let me look up that word as I have you here, because this is live. Well, it's not live, but I'm doing it because I never heard of that word. I don't even know how you say it. A feeling of listlessness and dissatisfaction arising from a lack of occupation or excitement. So again, I mean, it makes sense if you look at her face, you could tell. And that's the Four of Cups. Kind of like feeling like, you know, cups are supposed to be fulfillment. Maybe there's something coming on the horizon that you, or you know, maybe you went through Valentine's Day and it has you in a whole mood this week. You know, but I feel like that is also symbolized in that there is going to be some moments of fulfillment for some of you. Not everyone's going to be in that energy, you know, it's not possible for everybody to be in that energy. Eight of Cups, a quest, again, searching. That's a theme during this retrograde that I'm noticing here, where a lot of us are going to be searching, you know, searching for maybe love, searching for a new opportunity. What makes you happy? A lot of people are self-reflecting during this retrograde about what is making them happy. Four of Pentacles, greed. Okay, with the Four of Pentacles, greed. So, like with the Four of Pentacles, greed, it could be like you feel like maybe someone is being greedy about, you know, money, or this could be a partner that's being uptight. You could also feel like maybe someone is at your job, since, you know, the Four of Pentacles could symbolize a work situation where you make income. That there is some type of person that's envious of you. And, you know, they may have their own roundabout way of expressing it, and you are going to see that pattern. So that is an aspect that I see this week for a lot of you. Then we have the Page of Cups, and there is inventiveness. The Page of Cups, it's like you being creative, thinking of ways to step outside of the, you know, the normality. You don't want to be like everybody else. Then we have the Decadence, which is abruption. Something is, and she has the eye in that egg couple thing that she's holding. So there is something coming, something very abrupt. This, again, expect the unexpected, especially during Mercury retrograde. Moods are going to flare up. Communication, you know, there could be arguments that ensue. There's a lot of that. Okay, rivalry with the Five of Wands. Okay, rivalry. Again, this feeling like you may be going through some challenges. Like I said, the Mercury retrograde, expect that. Especially like in work environments, in your own family, communication. Like somebody could, you cannot tell about a person's tone of voice through a text message. Some people say you can, but sometimes with the text message, things can be misconstrued and come across as rude. So don't get too deep into your feelings if you haven't spoken to the person over the phone, you know, to listen to their voice inflections and what they're saying, or you've actually, you know, met this person face to face. Then we have here the transformation. There is a transition. To me, this is like, again, there's a lot of symbol of death spirits. There is a form of transformation going on this week. I feel like a lot of you are going to be wanting to change. Something about Valentine's Day and this retrograde that's going to have you on a new trajectory, maybe looking into new ways, new friendships, just like changing the parts of yourself that you know that are broken. And then we have the High Priestess, which is inner wisdom. Okay, High Priestess is someone that is very much intuitive, someone that has spiritual gifts. I feel like that does represent a lot of you as a collective, that you will be looking into your actual gifts this week, trying to get maybe you didn't get, you know, maybe you got your income tax and you're going to get a psychic reading for yourself to see what is going on, like what is it that you need to work on. It's not always about just the future and what the future, because the future is unwritten, guys. And I feel like a lot of you maybe feeling a little bit more intuitive than before. And then the Six of Cups, memories. Again, this feeling almost like a lot of you are having nostalgia, but also maybe like thinking about things or people that used to be in your life, maybe a past loved one that has you kind of feeling like in a certain way, like sad, feeling like, why did I lose this person? Why are they no longer here? I miss this person. Maybe it's an ex relationship and you're not understanding why the universe is so cruel, even though they're not, you know, the universe is not cruel, but for yourself, you know, it's very difficult sometimes to understand what is going on. And then the Seven of Wands, bravery. And I feel like Spirit is saying, overall, you need to be very strong and find that strength, that inner strength this week, because it is going to be a week where it could be very trying. And this is the first week of the retrograde. So my camera's going to turn off. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Blessings and love and light. Hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to my channel.